Welcome to Habitat for Humanity-Spokane's 19th year of Blitz Build. My name is Michelle Girardot and I'm Habitat-Spokane CEO. I am so grateful you chose to volunteer with us. During your volunteer shift, you will be joining in a long history of Blitz building to build homes, community, and hope. This year has presented many challenges, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic. For those of you who have participated in Blitz Build in previous years, you'll notice things are a little different this year to ensure the health and well-being of our crews. As an affordable housing provider, our work is even more essential in making safe, affordable homeownership available for our partner families. That means we are relying on you more than ever to safely help us swing those hammers and share in the labor of love. Blitz Build wouldn't be possible without the financial support of our sponsors. Thank you to Banner Bank for their 7th year being the lead sponsor in Blitz Build. And thank you too to the Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines, US Bank, Spokane Hardware Supply, Washington Trust Bank, SRM Development, Reliance, Itron, Inlander, Goodale and Barbieri, and iHeartMedia. We all believe that everyone deserves a decent place to live, and you are key in helping families build equity through the American dream that has been out of reach for so many. Since our founding in 1987, Habitat-Spokane has built 330 homes, bringing affordability, stability to our community and to the families in partnership with Habitat. A partnership to build strength and independence for a better future through our homeownership program, where families partner with Habitat to buy the homes that you are working on today. Acceptance into the homeownership program is based on 3 primary criteria: the need, ability to pay, and willingness to partner. The need is determined by living in poor conditions. That may be overcrowding, that could be mold, that could be inaccessibility to the home, or paying more than 30% of the monthly income on housing, and the overall lack of affordable housing that really rings true in our community right now. Ability to pay. Future homeowners must have an income and be able to purchase the home and pay an affordable mortgage. They must have also saved $4,000 for closing costs and down payment. Willingness to partner. Each homeowner must complete 250 hours of sweat equity. And today, many of you are here for a single 4-hour shift. 250 hours is equal to 62 and a half 4-hour shifts. It's a lot of work. The hours of sweat equity are worked here at the job site along volunteers, in the Habitat store, receiving one-on-one budget counseling, taking financial education classes, along with homebuyer readiness courses. The first 100 hours must be completed within 6 months of acceptance into the homeownership program, and a minimum of 100 hours are spent on working on their own home. The homes Habitat builds or improves are not given away. This is a true partnership where we walk right next to a partner family to get them ready to be successful home buyers. Let's hear from a new Habitat homeowner and the impact volunteers and donors have had on her life.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come out and volunteer with Habitat for Humanity-Spokane. My name is Mayuko and I am a Habitat homeowner. I purchased my Habitat home on December 2019 and it was the best thing that ever happened to us. My family members are my sons, Aiden and Liam, and myself. We live with 2 cats, Mushu and Ashes. I just graduated from Eastern Washington University last May and started my career as a dental hygienist. Find a place for us to live was always challenging. We were tired of moving one place to another. Saying goodbye to our friends was always so hard. It was my dream that my sons would have a permanent address where my sons could grow up with the same neighbors and friends. We were sleeping on the floor for a couple of years before we moved into this home. Because the monthly payment is affordable, we were able to save some, and finally we purchased beds last month. Now we can sleep really well. Our next project is to build a fence around the house someday. We are so excited. Habitat Home means so much to us, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Having a place like this helped us to cope with all the changes and uncertainty. We know we are safe here. Also, we are able to study and do assignments in a quiet place. Definitely helped us to keep up with online homeschooling. Habitat homes are energy efficient, so even though we stay home all the time, our utility bills are not too high. Isolation is very difficult, but this home is made with lots of love, and every time we think about it, it gives us power to keep moving forward. One thing I really like about this home is that 3 of us can be in the kitchen at the same time, so we can cook something together. It's been so fun. There are many donors and volunteers like you who choose to spend your precious time helping us, donating your time and effort in Habitat store and at the construction site. Habitat homes are not ordinary energy efficient homes. The homes are made with lots of love. For example, this wall was built and painted by volunteers. So when I touch it, I can feel it. Habitat homes are not possible without you. I want you to know how much you mean to us. What you do today for future homeowners and their families will stay with them forever, just like the love we received will stay with us forever with this home. Thank you very much for your support. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Let's pray. Lord, help us realize that the most valuable resource we have is each other. Please look after the volunteers gathered here, giving of their time and talent to change the outcomes for those in our community who are living in the poorest conditions. Every hour we work alongside each other is an hour providing a strong foundation for families to grow into their full potential. Bless the resources we give today, knowing our collaboration will impact generations. Amen. Before we review safety procedures, I need to ask something. At the end of your shift with Habitat today, please do 2 things for us. Remember and share your volunteer experience. We hope today will be an inspired, wonderful opportunity to be bold in your actions and your thoughts towards affordable housing and homeownership. This may be through sharing what you learned and your experience with others. It may be through financial support. It may be through returning to the job site and joining our team again. You will also receive an email with a short survey about your volunteer experience. Your feedback helps us make this a better experience for all of our volunteers on our job site. And it is crucial for us to keep working hard to be better and better every day. Now I'd like to introduce 2 of our most coveted superheroes, Tony Monroe and Jonathan Balaj. They are our construction supervisors, our cheerleaders, and have done an exceptional job keeping our construction schedule going during these unprecedented times.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Blitz Build 2020. We're happy you can join us today. My name's Tony.
I'm Jonathan.
And we are your job site supervisors. We're going to take a few moments to go over some safety items.
Yeah, so we're actually going to go ahead and take off the masks here as we go through this video so you can clearly understand what it is we're communicating. But during construction, when we're on the job site, we're going to be wearing our masks all the time. They need to be covering your mouth and your nose. We're going to be staying 6 feet apart. As you come into the job site, we'll be doing a screening for everyone, just checking to make sure you don't have a temperature and that you're feeling okay, confirming that everyone is feeling well when they come to the job site. We'll also have washing stations set up at various locations on the job site. We'll orientate you to where those are when you're here. And we'll have gloves available. We're going to be wearing gloves throughout any construction work that we're doing during the day. We'll have nitrile gloves available for you. If you brought your own gloves, that's great, but we need to keep our hands covered as we're working. We're also going to be taking steps that we don't normally do with our tools as far as cleaning and sanitizing every day. Everyone will have their own bucket to keep with them through the day. We'll have you label it with some tape. You'll keep that bucket alongside you and keep all your tools in there. You can sanitize them when you take them out for the day, and then we're going to sanitize them after everyone's done for the day to make sure everything stays clean, and just to ensure that everyone's using their own tools, that we're not sharing those as sometimes we have done in the past. To further ensure that we keep everyone 6 feet apart, socially distanced as we're working on the job site, we're going to color code our hard hats. On one house, we're going to have white and yellow hard hats working. The other house, blue and green. Tony and I will still be overseeing all of you as far as the safety and instruction that goes on the job site. But for the most part, I'm going to be focused on those with white and yellow. Tony's going to be focused on the blue and green. That'll enable us to keep you guys really spread out. Probably be having yellow hard hats inside, white hard hats outside, or vice versa. And the same thing with the blue and green on 2 separate homes to really enable us to utilize the large amount of space that we're going to be working on during this Blitz build. Do you want to go over some of the other, just our normal safety stuff, Tony?
Yeah. So of course, our number one thing is have everybody go home safely with the same number of fingers and toes that they showed up with. Aside from the COVID kind of special safety items, it's also going to be very hot. We want you folks to make sure you're staying hydrated. Take as many breaks as you need. If you feel like getting overheated, drink lots of water. As far as some other basic items, we're going to be using power tools. If you're going to use anything, a power tool, see myself or Jonathan before you use that tool, even if you have a full shop at home. When you're using ladders, the A-frame ladders, make sure they're fully extended with the arms in the middle locked, and don't use the last 2 steps. If you find you have to use those 2 steps, please find a taller ladder. So yeah, extension ladders. So make sure when you set those up, they're at the proper angle. Basically meaning when you set the ladder up, you put your toes at the base of the ladder, reach out, you should just be barely able to touch that ladder with your fingers. That'll give you the correct angle, so it's not too steep, not too shallow of an angle. And then when possible, we will tie that ladder off, or we'll have somebody hold the ladder for you.
When we're getting onto the scaffolding from the extension ladder, we need to make sure that 3 of those rungs are going past the surface you're going to be getting onto. And Tony and I will help set up any extension ladders as we're getting onto the higher surfaces.
Absolutely. Back safety, of course, when you're picking up anything heavy, make sure you bend at the knees, keep the material close to your body as you're picking it up. Don't lock your legs and bend straight over. Also, preferably, if it's something that's heavy, get help. There's going to be lots of people on the job site today, so we will make sure you have to lift those items safely in compliance to back safety and with the COVID procedures, of course.
During the construction process, we almost always have some type of material that we're taking off of the building that's going to have nails or screws sticking out of it. If you're taking any material off of the building that has a nail or screw sticking out of it, we ask that you remove it immediately. Grab a hammer, grab a screwdriver, get those nails pulled out before you put it on the ground so we don't have any boards with nails sticking up out of them that someone could come along and step on.
And speaking of step on, the job site, the terrain around the homes is real uneven. There's ditches and trenches we tried to fill in, but of course it hasn't been graded yet. So really watch your line of travel as you're walking around the house. Make sure you don't trip in a hole or any material that may be laying on the ground. We'll have extension cords, air hoses strewn out across the job site. Be careful not to step on those. You're not going to hurt the air hoses or the extension cords because they do roll on you, which can cause a nasty spill. So again, just be careful as you're walking around. Take your time. We'll probably have some people using utility knives. Make sure you're cutting away from you. Don't put material on your leg and cut across your leg. And don't put material down that you're going to cut. Don't cut it on top of some material that might be unnecessarily damaged.
As you're probably used to, if you've been out to our job site before, we are going to keep hard hats on throughout the construction day. Whenever you're on our job site, we're going to ask that you wear the hard hat. We always joke that it's to make you look really cool, which you do look really cool wearing the hard hats. So please keep them on, but it really is for your safety and protection. We're going to be having scaffold all around the house during this year's Blitz Build, as well as people up and down on ladders inside the house. And we just ask that you keep those hard hats on throughout the construction day. And we also have earplugs available if anyone needs it, if we're doing something loud. Any other personal protective equipment that we're going to be...
I don't think I mentioned safety glasses. So in particular, when you're using power tools, make sure you're wearing safety glasses. And just as a general course of action while you're working, it's good to keep your safety glasses on, but particularly when using power tools.
We mentioned the face masks. Just related to COVID, we'll have to have those the whole time. If we're working on insulation inside, we have special dust masks specific for doing the insulation that will protect you from breathing in the dust that collects on the insulation or any dust from the insulation itself. Right?
Yeah. All right, guys. That's the safety topic. Again, thanks for coming out here. Just hang tight. We will get everybody on task.
We're going to just reiterate one more time. It's going to be hot. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure we're taking breaks. The masks are going to get uncomfortable if you're not used to wearing it at work, outside, all day long. We have to keep them on whenever we're working. If you need to take a break, go somewhere by yourself and take it off so you can kind of cool down for a little bit. By all means, we're not going to be rushing through the day. Make sure that you're staying safe, keeping cool, and protecting those around you.
Right. And mask on means mask above your nose. This is on. This is off. This is definitely off. So please keep your mask on.
And have a good time. We'll see you at Blitz Build. Anything else?